Hey, what's up? Here we go again. Yep. So I was just looking at something on the internet. There was somebody bitching about something, a choice that they had made. And I was like, man, girl, don't you know you are the problem? You, but like also you and me, I am the problem. We are the common denominator. If you find yourself miserable all the time and looking for why you're miserable, maybe it's you. Even like, because the circumstances keep changing, it can't be that like all places of employment, all relationships, all men or women or parents or whatever. It can't be that all of those things are genuinely terrible. And so I'm taking that in because whatever I recognize in another person, I check back to see like, well, how am I recognizing that? Am I doing that? Have I done that? And the answer is absolutely yes. I feel like a majority of the time, a majority of the time that I recognize a behavior in another person is because I have done it, or am doing it, or was close to somebody who was doing it. Because I don't know, for some reason, I've made it my job to identify what the fuck everyone's problem is. I'm just trying to help. I'm just trying to help myself all the fucking time. All the time. Like, come on, no, pay attention to this. Go over here, go over here, go over here, go over here. Don't go over there where it feels terrible. Come on, stop it. Stop making shit up. Making shit up or dwelling on things that have happened or stories I have made up about what is happening. Whatever it is. For as long as I can remember, that's what's been happening. Have I ever been fucking happy? Glimpses. But even when I think back to when, like, oh, remember that when that was so great? Like, I wasn't fucking happy. Even when I think back to certain numbers on the scale, still was never fucking good enough. So, I hate to break it to you, kids. You're the fucking problem. And so am I. But what that gives us is the opportunity to recognize, well, that's literally the only thing you can change is yourself. You can't change other people. You can't change the planet, but though we are by, ruining it. But you can't, like, change the season immediately. You can't be like, I order you, rain, to stop falling. Doesn't work that way. Man. And when you realize something like that, you meaning me, when I realized that, like, I'm fucked up. Somebody else needs to weigh in on this. Like, help me out or tell me what to do. No, they don't. It is the practices. I already know what I need to know. Then that's not to say that, like, I couldn't learn more things. Obviously, I can. And I think that professional help is... everyone should do it at some point. I don't know about consistent forever. I don't know that we all need to have a weekly therapy meeting, but what's wrong with that? But, we do other things that are therapeutics, like therapeutic, whether you're talking to a friend or you're taking yoga, or you're working out, or whatever thing that you found. Maybe you cross-stitch and that's like your fucking jam. Great. For me, it used to be crafts. I was very crafty. Here's a fun fact. A lot of you probably wouldn't guess. When the girls, so when Olivia, my oldest, was born, when I was pregnant with her, I worked at Benson's, the pet store. I worked in the Clifton Park office, doing like inventory and purchasing office shit. So what the plan was when Olivia was born, I was going to go back part-time, and like Ian, that's when he started the compressed schedule, so we'd have every other Friday off, and then like my mom was gonna do other stuff, and it's like, yeah, cool, got it, like, check, this is what's gonna happen with my kid. Then that kid came out of my body, and I was like, I can never leave you ever. So I quit. And Frank was so good about it. Frank is the owner. It's father and son, but the father is the one who I had the closer relationship to. Oh, Frank. miss him. I mean, he's like around. I don't work for him anymore. I might need to. Believe me, I've thought about it. Anyway, okay, so what happened? Oh, I started making hair bows for babies. I had a baby, and I don't know, needed something to do that wasn't just taking care of her. And like, if I could earn an income, that would be good. Even if it's just a little bit, you know? Then it makes everybody feel like they got something to do. Because I certainly did need to bring in something. So I did that, like big elaborate hair bows for babies. So you'd have like this little bald, okay, so erase my bun, this little bald baby girl, and then this enormous bow. I mean, not so big like a cheerleading bow, but like pretty big, and they were super cute. So I started with that, and there was like little things, and then bow ties for boys, and that's what I did all the time as therapy. And I did quite well. And then I started teaching yoga. What? And even that, all of those things are the same. When that was my focus, It was my thing I wanted to do all the time. I always have a thing I want to do all the time. And then I don't necessarily like keep it forever. What does this mean? Am I just, okay, here's what my ego, that wants to believe nice things about me, would like me to believe. That I am absorbing information at a increased rate, and so I don't have to stay with things for as long? No. Or is it, it's not, do I get bored? Because I feel like it's like that with people. Like I absorb the person, and then they're gone. Or they absorb me. Or both. If you keep seeing a pattern come up, it's not out there. It's not out there. It's you. Even if it's something stupid like, oh, every winter my kitchen sink pipe freezes. Every winter. Fucking pipe, fucking old house, fucking previous owners. No, fucking you, dummy. Fix it. I didn't remember that it had happened before, but it happened this past winter, and Chris was like, it's all frozen because this pipe is exposed and it's way too close to the something. So I defrosted everything, and then I fixed it, and then I cleaned everything up. Here you go. And I was like, who the fuck are you? How do you... It's pretty great. Somebody just fucking fix your problem like that without like making it a big deal. He's the type of guy that if something serious happened, like say I was hiking, so I'm hours away all day, and he was with the kids, and like Charlotte broke her arm. He's a fucking first responder, and he loves her. So he would get it all taken care of, and he wouldn't tell me because he wouldn't want to ruin the experience when it's not going to change the information. Of course, if it was an emergency. Well, I don't know about breaking her arm. That seems like a big deal. That is a big deal. That happened before. It was just the first thing that came to mind because it did happen before, and she was just recently talking about it. Charlotte broke her arm because she fell off the trampoline. And I did not want to have a fucking trampoline. And before I ever had kids, I was like, I will never get one of those things. One, they're ugly. Two, they're dangerous. Now they all have nets on them. And my kids know, like there's just certain things they fucking know that you do or do not do. They know I'm a nutcase about keeping that shit zippered shut. And how dangerous I think the trampoline is. So be fucking careful. I'm serious. Well, what had happened was, the zipper was closed, and then they were like crossing their arms and rolling around the edge, just like being tumbled around like you're in a... It's over there. Washing machine. It's above my head, and that's, yeah. Like in a washing machine, and on their rotations, this is how Olivia says it, who the fuck knows, it must have pulled the zipper up, and they were leaning against it, and then it was just the next time it was Charlotte's turn, she came and she just fell out of the trampoline and onto her shoulder. So she had a sling? Yeah, just a sling. For like 6 or 7 weeks. And it was her left hand, and she is left-handed, so that was annoying for her. Anyway, what the fuck am I talking about? Takes care of problems. God, I miss him. It's fine. He'll be back in a couple days. And then here. Until the next thing. Yeah. You are the problem. Yeah, I'm the problem. Here, there, and everywhere. On a train, in a plane, in a house with a mouse. I am the fucking problem. And in the meantime, we're waiting for things to get better, whatever the thing is that you're suffering through or complaining about, or like obsessing over. We have comfort items that we use to distract ourselves from the incessants. The incessants. Sometimes when I watch these back, I'm like, what am I doing, vocal warm-ups or something? Ugh. It's funny. Grab yourself up. Anyway, incessants. We distract ourselves by using comfort icons. So for me, I mentioned this, I don't know, on a previous one, about how every night before I go to sleep, I watch one of the 3 Chris D'Elia Netflix stand-up specials. He's got 3 on Netflix. Because I just want to hear his voice. I don't want to like learn a new thing. It's also just comforting. Yeah, and then like Armchair Expert. I want to listen to Dax's voice. I know his personality. I don't really want to listen to music because it's trying to like get me or something. Anyway, comfort items like that. Or like I just started rewatching Dexter. That's a trip because I watched it the first time when I was married to Ian. But it's comforting because I've seen the whole series before. So it's familiar. I want a familiar thing. And now these pants, I made these pants whenever it was, with the kids and with Chris's mom, and I fucking love these pants and I'm gonna wear them every day. I have worn them every day at some point in the house. They're my house pants. Or they're also my go to the grocery store pants, or go to my cousin Jody's house pants. Or I'm just basically not gonna work out in them and I'll be able to wear them all the time. It's a comfort item, A, because they're comfortable. B, because they remind me of a cherished experience. Of feeling included and cared for in a way that has not happened for a while. Like being cared for by someone who I don't have to take care of, or like, yeah. Yep. Anyway, it's comfort item. Or like I wear Chris's shirts and shit to bed. Very big on the clothing. I think I've talked about this before, probably. Anyway. I'll tell you what my number 1 comfort item is. Do you want to know? You must already know. If you're paying attention, you'll know. That's my number 1 boo. Mr. Michael Scott. Michael? Why you look like that? All suspicious and shit. He said, bitch, why you recording me? I'm trying to sleep here. I'm trying to sleep. You're making your S's all wet. Look at my legs shaking. I'm tired. Yeah. I think I'm done. I am the common denominator. Oh, but sometimes the comfort items are like drugs or alcohol. Yo, I really want to drink. For like a couple days. I keep having bad thoughts. I'm alright. Oh, that was gonna be a whole other porch talk. Like, destructive behavior. The fantasy of destructive behavior. Ooh, write that down, Jess. I don't know, I gotta get a pen. Here it is. I don't even know what I just said. The fantasy of destructive behavior. Because I need to be able to word it. I've had thought about how to talk about this before, and I need to word it in such a way that, like, people don't get worried about me. You know what I mean? That's why I feel like, sometimes I feel like doing this, I'm becoming even more, like, introverted. Like, I'm okay, I'll, like, say all these things out loud if it's helpful, but then, like, I don't want to deal with it in person. I just want you to know and have an understanding if you are someone who participates, listens to this. Like, if you relate, cool, talk to me, but don't check on me. That's weird. No, I guess if you feel inclined to do so, you should. You should listen to your instincts. Because what's the worst thing you could do? Yeah, okay, I'll be vulnerable and say that. Fine, go ahead, check on me. Because sometimes you can't believe people. You can't believe people when they say they're okay. Or it's also just nice. It's fucking nice. But I'm not telling you to check on me. Anyway, destructive behavior. I think about destructive things like alcohol. Or ways to get attention. Or, like, not from, I want a specific kind of attention. Like a dehydrated plant over here. Meanwhile, it won't stop raining. Okay, I gotta go. I wrote that thing down. I don't have to go. I just want to because I feel weird. You check on people if you want, but also I don't want to interact with anyone, okay? But that's not true. I want to interact with a lot of people, just when I feel like it. I want that to be okay. It makes me feel like I'm autistic or something. Elementary. I'm gonna give me a new fucking phone. Do it. I dropped this one face down in a puddle today by accident, and I yelled, "No!" My precious. Y'all know. Don't even front. Like you wouldn't do the same thing. It's become so precious. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? You ever be on your phone talking to somebody, like talking to them out loud, and think, I wonder where my phone is. It's in your hand, bitch. But that's when, like, are you checked out of the conversation? What the fuck are you gonna look at your phone for? I mean, maybe something came up and it was like a query. All right, 18 minutes. Good evening.